Nothing like a trip to the old Sunshine State. Okay, so we're getting a late start on this week's episode, but hey, just one episode, right? Alright, so it looks like this is going to be the last new episode review for a while, but, hey, we could still close with a bang, right? I mean, an episode about Luna chasing a magic evil force that's escaped from her nightmares and into the main sixes. That sounds fun, right? I mean, who wrote it? Actually, I just remembered that I'm really not sure what I think of him. I mean, I know he's the some pony to watch over me guy, but he also was one of the 3 writers on Cutie Map. I mean, you gotta give him at least a little credit for that. I don't know, what else has he written? Well, yeah, that episode was fine. Okay, so I think the biggest question here is going to be his humor. He was a writer on Beavis and Butthead, after all. So, okay, how far has he come with adapting it to this show?
Oh, my! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get my normal beauty sleep last night. I'm totally beat, too!
Shouldn't be too hard to fall asleep now.
Are you kidding? This is so exciting! I don't know how I'm ever going to...
Okay, I think I suddenly forgot what I was worried about here, so, please, Mr. Last Name I'm probably always pronouncing wrong. Carry on with your story about a fan-favorite character.
As you 6 slumber here, I will pursue the creature into whichever of your dreams it infests. I am afraid no pony can help me tonight.
Even us?
Especially you. You have all suffered so much because of me. You need only slumber while I hunt the Tantabas in your dreams.
Actually, this kind of reminds me of something I said a little while ago. This is actually very identifiable on Sunset Shimmer's part. It's common for people in deep regret to kind of drown themselves in altruism and attempt to undo what happened. Yeah, except Sunset Shimmer was a lot more passive in her guilt, a lot more openly ashamed. So is it really the same thing? Well, for one, Luna's a little older than Sunset Shimmer. And she's also a lot more powerful, so there's no adult, no higher authority, and not even that many peers to give her that approval that, okay, she's redeemed now. It's entirely on her to make it so. In fact, now we have something that seems to represent part of Luna's psyche, something she insists on taking on alone, even as that's making it harder to stop. So what's that about? Well, some of you found out recently that I'm a Tai Chi guy, so let me tell you about a little principle that you learn in Tai Chi. That all of us on the planet are only really struggling with one real opponent. The ego. We all have a need to preserve our sense of self, both physically and mentally, to see ourselves in a positive light, and we cause harm and imbalance to ourselves and others by tensing up and becoming afraid when we see that threatened.
Fear is not real. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice.
Never cut to an M. Night Shyamalan clip to prove a positive point. Or ever. Anyway, ego. Some people respond to the worries it gives them by trying to bear down and control their environment, while others try to appeal to their environment, try to duck and cover from it even. And some do a little bit of both to some extent. Here, for example, we have Luna trying to appeal to everyone by showing them her goodness, but in a more assertive way than Sunset Shimmer. In the end, though, it's always hurtful, because anxiety and tension are not precise and they aren't rational. They're a vicious cycle. They keep putting strain on you for as long as you rely on them. And they're contagious, making others feel tense and uncomfortable when you show them, accidentally or on purpose, that that's how you feel. There is a reason that those who don't have noticeably big or small egos often seem the most powerful. Why does that look like something Freud would have a field day with?
Oh, my! What kind of monster would do this?
Okay, so Rarity's dream is just the kind of fun you'd expect. Good start.
It's so nice to be the pet for once.
And Fluttershy's dream is to be on the other end of her favorite thing, the one being cared for instead of the one giving care. Actually, that really sounds like something Freud would have a field day with.
I followed the Tantibus here. Now I need only find...
Sorry, can't help it. An idea popped into my head and... Ooh, cake!
Do I even need to say why that one is great?
Now this is what I call an incredible dream.
Really? That's the best you can come up with? I mean, come on, you just had a whole field day with Applejack and some pony to watch over me.
I can see the Tantibus has already turned your slumbers into a nightmare.
What are you talking about? This is my favorite dream. We are such happy flowers. We will now sing for hours. Aren't we unbearably cute? Watch me solo on jazz flute.
Oh, come on, you have a chance to show us what Rainbow Dash, frickin' Rainbow Dash is afraid of, and you opt for the easy reversal gag? Really? I mean, granted, that is pretty funny, but still. Anyway, just when it seems like Luna might have caught the thing.
I am so sorry, my friends. I failed. As long as none of you dreamt about another pony, the Tantibus remains confined to your dreams. I still have a chance to catch it before it's too late.
Phew, that's good to hear. Although after you left, I did happen to dream that I was eating a giant ice cream cone with all Ponyville while taking a test we hadn't studied for.
But that means the Tantibus could be turning every dream in Ponyville into a nightmare.
Soon it will be able to escape into the real world and infect Equestria with its nightmare plague.
What if every pony in Ponyville were having one dream?
Okay, you are starting to lose me a little bit here. I mean, this just kind of seems like random chaos. I think you're gonna have to find a new angle to take if you want me to...
We've all got to work together to stop it from escaping. This is your dream. Anything you can do in your dreams, you can do now.
So what, you're just gonna turn the dream world into super Adventureland where you can do anything you want? Because, I mean, yeah, that's how that works.
Well, if you're gonna dream, might as well dream big, right?
Oh, I get it. They all gain power by seeing themselves in the most positive light they can imagine, by believing in the thing they'd like to be.
Anything that's real starts with a dream.
Never cut to a troll in Central Park and attempt to prove a positive point. Even if I don't really agree that it's Don Bluth's worst movie. Okay, I am loving the references here. I mean, you know how I said that Slice of Life was just decent, but then some of you were like, no man, you gotta love the fan service. And I was like, well yeah, but I mean, there's a right way to do it, you know? Well, this is what I was talking about. I mean, this is fantastic. It's clever, it doesn't slow the story down or distract from anything, it's woven perfectly in so it just adds to the fun. I mean, yeah, M.A. Larson just got his ass handed to him by Scott Sonneborn. Wow, anything is possible.
I cannot hold this dream together much longer. Equestria will fall because of me.
Am I crazy, or did it just get even bigger after Luna said that?
I think it's feeding off your guilt, Princess Luna.
If that is so, then perhaps that is how it grew strong enough to escape in the first place.
Okay, so now our metaphor is right on the nose, with Luna's guilt growing to the point where it could literally do harm to other ponies. Which kind of makes you wonder just how much guilt they really want us to think she...
I created the Tantibus to give myself the same nightmare every night.
What was that?
To punish myself for the evil I caused as Nightmare Moon. To make sure I never forgave myself.
And suddenly, exactly what kind of character Luna is and always has been becomes clear. She hasn't just been drowning in altruism, but in total compensation. She tried to undo Nightmare Night and replace her image as a source of fear with someone the citizens could love. She works behind the scenes to make sure she's being helpful, even taking extra time out of her day to finish helping one random filly. And even when she's pulling it off, and even finding some happiness in the moment, she never tries to take credit for it. She usually stays out of sight, and she starts every other lesson with the qualifier that she's messed up just as badly in the past. For as it turns out, she's been kicking herself for it all this time, refusing to allow herself to forget. Nightmare Moon isn't just something to move past to her, it's something that will always be there, something that's on her shoulders to counterbalance, or else, in her eyes, it will become the defining image of her. Feeling pain for what Nightmare Moon did is her way of assuring herself that that's not who she wants to be, and not who she is. In that light, the fact that she's sometimes able to have fun and make meaningful connections is pretty darn impressive. Of course, she assumed that she was the only one the Tantabus could hurt, and in theory, yes, how can beating up on yourself do wrong by others? Well, as a matter of fact, clouding your focus with pain can make you more likely to lose control of your dangerous side after a while, and that's all the worse if you're someone important or powerful. Now, I did want a little more from what the main characters say to her to solve this problem, but, you know, the key moment here really isn't what they say to her. It's what she says to them when she's breaking down. And the ugliness of what she pours on herself is on full display, not just her little secret anymore.
If it gets strong because you feel bad about what you did as Nightmare Moon, then you just gotta stop feeling bad for what you did!
How can I forgive myself? I am no better now than I was then. My creation is about to turn the world into a living nightmare!
This is where Luna has to start trusting in her own goodness, without leaning on all this penance and compensation. And though she was very ashamed as she did it, she's already taken that critical first step by letting the very characters she's afraid of letting down see how much she doesn't. All that's left now is for them to show her that they do.
Look at what you're doing! Nightmare Moon would have wanted the Tantabus to turn Equestria into a nightmare. You're doing everything you can to stop it. Every pony who knows you knows that Nightmare Moon is in the past. We all trust you, Luna. Do you trust us enough to believe we're right?
I do.
Scott Cinnaborn, you just became like my new favorite story of a writer growing into his role and hitting his stride. I mean, this is my new favorite episode of Season 5. Hands down. I legitimately don't have that many problems with it. I mean, I guess I could go on about how some of the lines are obvious or on the nose, but that really just seems kind of trivial. I legitimately don't want to rein this one in. I think it's just as fantastic as any of the bronies do. Which in itself is fantastic because we can finally just agree. We can all just say that we've all got a really good thing here. And we can all go into the next one looking forward to it just as much. Oh yeah. Well, come back for the 200 subscriber special at least. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, would you believe it was all a bad dream? Well anyway, if you'd like to watch another video, click on the other link. Otherwise, just check the description for more links, and I'll see you next time.